Germany has warned people to get vaccinated as the country battles a surge in COVID-19 infections. The health minister says most Germans will be vaccinated, cured from COVID-19 or dead in a few months. The stark warning comes as Europe reimposes tough restrictions. Austria has entered a new lockdown after a weekend of violence against tougher measures. Ryan Thompson reports.
Austria has become the first European nation to return to a full national lockdown aimed at curbing rising COVID-19 cases. The nation has one of the lowest vaccination rates in all of Western Europe, and because of that, it's seen a fast and quick uptick in its infection rate of the virus. As of the early hours of Monday morning, all non-essential businesses are to shut in line with these new lockdown rules, so that means everything from shops to hairdressers and of course restaurants. It does seem that many people are following the rules. The scenes in the capital city Vienna on Monday morning that we can see are quiet, many people opting to work from home. Those that are out, some of them encountering police controls to make sure that they are following the rules. A government official has called this strategy a sledgehammer to cut cases because he says his government is seeing numbers like they have never seen before at record highs. These measures will be around until mid-December, so really in the run-up to the holidays they will be in place. They say that they will reassess the measures every 10 days to see if they need more or less to make sure that they can confront this crisis that is facing the country. And it's not just Austria seeing this problem, it has become a European issue across the continent. Governments are reckoning with how to confront a surge in infections. Some of the fastest growing infection rates outside of Austria are also in Germany and the Netherlands, where in recent days we've seen the government introduce their own restrictions. In the Netherlands, a partial lockdown. In Germany, rules that really make it a bit more difficult for the unvaccinated to participate in public life, either a testing requirement or a blank no where they can no longer participate. But of course, new measures has also brought new protests, with many people voicing their discontent that there are new rules in place to fight this virus. We've seen protests time and time again throughout this pandemic, but these are some of the most violent and most angry that we've seen so far. It was a big weekend for protests, with demonstrations everywhere from Belgium to Italy, Croatia, and of course in Austria. Some of the most fiery scenes in the Belgian capital of Brussels on Sunday night, where peaceful protests of 35,000 people quickly turned violent, with many shops being broken into and a number of cars set alight. Police eventually had to break out a water cannon and tear gas to disperse protesters, but that was not before a number of officers were sent to hospital after sustaining injuries. Eventually, officers took in dozens of protesters for causing significant damage. And this, of course, follows other violent scenes in the Netherlands on Saturday and Friday night. Police there, as well as across the continent, are bracing for protests in the coming days and weeks as more nations are forced to enact restrictions, but people, of course, likely to be unhappy with those, and in some cases, take to the streets to tell them. Ryan Thompson, CNA, Frankfurt.